It is my pleasure to welcome all of you to this data fair, which is being organized under the auspices of the African Center for Parliamentary Affairs with the active collaboration of the Ghana Statistical Service and the International Network for Advancing Science and Policy.
The two major parties that we have in Parliament would have their philosophical and ideological orientations. But we want them to get to a point where at least they would agree on some basic principles. We want decisions to be made not by chance. We want decisions to be made based on data and based on evidence that would change the lives of our people.
This is the first time ever that Statistical Service in partnership with ACEPA is organizing a fair like this, focusing and targeting members of Parliament and the staff of Parliament. The uniqueness of this activity is born in the fact that for Parliament to effectively perform all its three functions, the oversight function, the representation function, and the legislation function, they need data and evidence. And often the kind of data and evidence they need is not available in the format or in the nature that they need it. And so this platform provides opportunity for them at a one place to have an appreciation of the amount and the volume of data that is available across the different agencies within the country. This also provides opportunity for them to know where to access this data and also how to understand the data, because there are some of the data products that, especially those coming from non-traditional data like satellite imagery and all that, you would need some kind of background understanding of how these data can be interpreted. So we are providing all that through this fair.
So the whole idea is to generate interest among parliamentarians about data use. Once that interest is generated through what they see about data producers, then therefore they can begin to access data from data producers like Ghana Statistical Service, as we are doing.
What we are witnessing here today, as was indicated by the Clerk of Parliament, has to do with our ongoing collaboration on the Data Accountability Project. We are thankful to the Hewlett Foundation, INASP, for exposing us to this opportunity, which clearly is helping us to understand what is happening at the lower level of governance.
Data fair
is one of the exhibition programs that actually helps members of parliament to actually know the data that we have currently in Ghana here. So within this fair, we'll be able to showcase most of the data available here. And as Digital Letter Africa, we also provide these data also for people to see what is actually happening on the ground. So DA Africa offers an operational data infrastructure, making current and historical analysis ready satellite data freely available and open accessible for the entire African continent, including Ghana. So we provide unique platform that make people to process satellite imagery available to them. It tracks changes across Africa in unprecedented details and will provide data on a vast number of issues such as agriculture, water, afforestation and deforestation, among the rest.
For us to make decisions, and decisions that really help our nation to move forward, we must be able to measure. There is no way we can do anything about it. We can't do guesswork. If we do guesswork, it means we are going to affect our children and all that.
This has been an eye-opener to me. It has rationalized and brought forcefully home some of the things I attempted doing as a member of parliament without scientific basis, even though I tried to get administrative data to support what I was doing. I think it's so good that as an institution, institution of parliament, we may need to draw the attention of particularly the members of parliament to refocus on data and evidence. Because a lot of resources now are made available to members of parliament to support them to implement some of the promises that they have as frontline party activists made to the people for and on behalf of their parties. And if this evidence and data are given them, they will then be better informed as to where to channel the resources.
I've just viewed the presentation in respect of allocations to various sectors and various districts and how they translate into the attainment of the Sustainable Development Goals. And this is most shocking where we are. There are areas that we've made tremendous progress, but there are areas that we are deteriorating. And I think as a nation we must congregate on this to see how rapidly we can correct the mischief that has been caused in various sectors and various areas, and by that add value to the lives of our people.
I've visited a few of the stands so far, and I'm very much impressed about the kind of information that is available. I think that is a very good idea to build a closer collaboration with Parliament, especially members of Parliament, so that decision making can be based on the data that is available. I think it's a very good initiative. Many of the things I've seen, if I hadn't come here, I wouldn't have seen the information. I think it would be very helpful to me as an individual as well.
We are hopeful that slowly we are going to build a culture where the reliance on data and evidence would be the primary vehicle that support all decisions that our members of parliament take. Because of the importance of data to the work of parliament, it was underscored by all the presenters during the opening ceremony. We are trying to measure the success of the program based on how far it has brought us together as a group and how effective it has been as working with our development partners.
Yes, so I hereby declare the data fair closed. Thank you.
I think I need to commend the initiators. I think ACEPA and the Statistical Service need encouragement, they need support, and I believe, as I've told them, Parliament will be prepared to support them in that direction.